Talking to you, baby. I just get carried away. You blow my mind. I just get carried away. Talking to you, baby. I just get carried away. You blow my mind.
Yo guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. We are here, myself and Matija, for a late reaction to Inter 3, Udinese 2, or Udinese 2, Inter 3. An away win finally. We've been missing the away win for a little while. So it's nice to also get a win under the table after that awful Milan derby loss. But as Matija says, before we get kick-started with everything, 11 people in the house on this Sunday afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are. Make sure you hit that like button. And welcome to the channel, Matija. It's been a little while, brother. How you doing?
Yes, it's been a while. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure as always.
Yeah.
Doing well. Yeah. I'm here to talk about the game and to preview a game I was supposed to go to.
Yeah, that's another reason why I've invited Matija. Of course, he is Serbian. He has knowledge of Red Star Belgrade. I'm not even going to try to say the proper name, the actual name of the
Come
team.
on, say it, bro. Say it.
Crvena Zvezda.
That's actually quite good.
Oh, okay, there you go. But yeah, so Matija was actually, he was telling me for a while that he's trying to go, but is it the Italian government is stopping you? Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that, just so people know what's going on.
Well, we can go into that later or
Okay.
now, whatever you want.
All right, yeah. We'll cover that game. We'll cover that game
Yeah.
later. Let me give a quick shout out to the people in the house. Eduardo Hernandez. Wow. Member for 32 months, Matija. That is crazy.
I don't know my number, but yeah, this is really impressive. Thank you, Eduardo.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the first ones when I first opened the channel membership. So I really appreciate that, Eduardo, even though your $3 goes a long way to support the channel. And as he says, a win is a win with this still tired players. King Darian in the house, Sharma stream equals a good day. Oh,
True.
warm my heart. Speaking of warming my heart, how amazing is that pillow that Matija has been is showing off here, gifted by Ian Kerr and Debbie Kerr, to commemorate the late, Matija's late father, who was a big Interista. Beautiful gesture by the Kerr Mafia there. Amazing.
Yes. Thank you so much one more time. Yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, I really appreciate.
Yeah. He is still with us, Matija. He's still with us. And yeah, I need to update my pillow because my pillow has 1 star on it. I need to get a 2-star pillow as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, here in the house as well. Big up to you. Make sure to smash the likes. Thank you very much,
bro.
sir. Mr. Alpha Bravo in the house as well. Just got back from Milano. Had to watch that derby. But proud of our boys regardless. Imagine Matija flying out to watch that embarrassing performance. Feel sorry for our boy.
Yes. Well, I have, before we continue, a public service announcement for all Milan fans who may be watching this or will be watching this. Okay, guys, you won, but you should remember that this win came after 6 wins in a row for us. That include Super Cup final, that include 2, not 1, 2 Champions League semi-final matches. You remember your DNA? Yeah, 2 semi-final Champions League matches, wins, and a win that got us the 2nd star, in front of your fans. So just remember that, guys, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, it's great that you remind that because, on my channel, I have that video that I posted of Hakan, when he takes the corner kick and he shushes the Milan fans after we score. I posted that 2 years ago. It's like one of my most popular videos. And then Milan rats recently in the videos have been commenting like, "Oh, what happened the other day? Oh, what's this? Oh, he's still a rat. He's still a rat."
They
It's like,
pretend they forgot a very
yeah,
recent history. We should remind them. That's why I said what I
yeah,
said.
yeah, exactly. And speaking of the Care Mafia, earlier we already, I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
missed it, but we were talking about the pillow in the beautiful pillow that you guys gifted Matija. So thank you guys always for the support on this channel, but also on Inter Worldwide, but also to what you guys
everywhere.
do, Interclub Belfast as well. Ian Kerr is the Presidente, so lots of great work done by these two. And future Kerrs as well, the young growing Kerrs that they've got, the Enzo may end up being, taking over.
And I think today is birthday, Ian's birthday.
Oh,
So happy birthday to Ian, my brother. And everybody, please say happy birthday in the chat to Ian.
yes, spam the happy birthdays in the chat, guys. Ian Kerr definitely deserves it. But yeah, housekeeping done, Mattia. Let's get into yesterday's game. I didn't watch it live. I was traveling back from Amsterdam, so managed to catch it. Sorry if I froze there. My screen just froze. Is it okay?
For me, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So I didn't watch the game live, but today, this morning, I managed to go through it, skip through it, all the main points, and make some screenshots. So we're going to go through that. But Mattia, you that watched it live yesterday, give me a quick 2-3 minute roundup of your thoughts, feelings of this game, and your thoughts and feelings of the Serie A table up until now, match day 6.
Oh, when I see that team on top, I instantly feel sick. So, yeah, I don't like the table. But as for the game yesterday, a win is a win, but I wasn't really thrilled with the way how we won it. Big lapses in defense, lots of misses. Unfortunately, it reminded me of Inter of 2 and 3 seasons ago, and not of the Inter of the last season. So that's kind of worrying. This is not something sustainable. If we think, oh, we're gonna win like this, it could have been a draw easily. So yeah, I'm happy for the 3 points. It's a first away win, which is good. There are things to be happy about. Lautaro finally on the score sheet, finally, and not with 1 but 2 goals. So that's really important. DiMarco is continuing his great form. DiMarco is, so far, I would say, our player of the season.
Yeah.
He is really, really doing well. So that's good to see. Bisek had a couple of iffy situations. He wasn't that great. But I understand starting him because Pavard has been really bad.
Yeah.
So I don't want to blame him much. Some people compared Zomer to Handanovic on both goals, which is, I think, a bit rough. It's okay. He didn't jump to save the on both goals, but I think it's too early to hit the panic button on Zomer, so I wouldn't go that far. Mickey, he played 90 minutes. What to expect from Inzaghi. It is what it is. I don't want to comment on that too much. He wasn't great, but he wasn't as bad as he was so far.
Yeah.
Super important for Fratesi as well that he scored. He has also receiving some criticisms lately, so I'm glad for him and for Lautaro. So we have positives and negatives to talk about for
Yeah.
this game.
No, yeah, I agree with pretty much all the points that you touched on, and yeah, We've got the screenshots to go through all those types of little moments. And yeah, like a lot of people in the comments are saying similar things. There was definitely improvement. I mean, it wasn't hard, but there was definitely improvement from the derby, midfield especially. And yeah, one of the key talking points at the moment, Matija, is this. I mean, in general, it doesn't matter which minute it is. We're conceding a lot more goals than last season, but specifically, Faiz has brought up a really good stat that I saw as well yesterday. The goals conceded after the 70th minute, so late goals.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times where, once we were ahead, last season it was, go to sleep, Inter winning the game because there's no one's going to do anything. But this season is completely different. And again, I think I go back to the same point that I've been talking about for a few weeks. I think whatever pre-season that we did, the staff, I mean, we'll see by the end of the season whether it worked or not. At the moment, it's definitely not paid off. At the moment, I still see this team very heavy on the legs, getting tired around that 70th minute, starting to drop concentration, fitness levels, pace, not just like in terms of running, but like pace of like how they pass, the tempo of the game. So that's to me what keeps springing to mind. And we keep getting these little muscular injuries as well. Like Barella's gone out again. Di Marco was out last week. We keep getting these little injuries, which again shows to me there was something heavier done in this preseason. What do you think about this point, Matija?
I think it makes sense because this will be the longest season we've ever had so far with the World Cup in the summer. So it's quite possible, and it's quite true that so far it's not working.
No.
We will see. It's still kind of early days. Hopefully it will pay off in the long run, but so far it really doesn't look good.
No, it does not look good. But I want to start off, as you mentioned, a few positives. We've had quite a negative week since the derby loss, so I want to start off talking about some positives. There will be, of course, negatives to cover as well. How good is Matteo Darmian? Barella
assist.
Yeah.
What an assist. That was amazing. Like Ian said, yeah. When I saw that assist, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That was.
I mean, if you take that screenshot, Mattia, don't you think that's Barella, like the technique and the way that he's like...
Yeah. It's if it's you don't see the number on the back and yeah.
Exactly. No, that was an amazing play from Darmian, who kind of steps in almost as like a mezzala in there inside. And a lot of times, I think, you wouldn't see him even try to make this pass. So I'll give him credit first for trying the pass instead of going sideways or backwards. And then the weight of the pass, perfect. And then Frattesi, he's been very heavily criticized. We know this is what his game is all about. These runs in behind. He's almost like a auxiliary striker. Not a great finish. I think the goalkeeper should have done better. But this is what he does, Mattia. And I think outside... Talk to me about Frattesi, because I was impressed by Frattesi in this game.
Yeah,
I've got some screenshots of him later as well. Outside of this goal, he was much more involved. He wasn't just standing up front like a striker. Passing completion, this might be his best ever percentage of passes completed. He come deep to collect the ball. Probably could have even scored a few more, one more or two more goals even.
Yes, so, in the first half, yeah.
And also like, as I got a screenshot of it later, he potentially could have had an assist for Lautaro, winning his duels. I think he was really, really good today. He stepped in for Barella very well. What do you think?
Yes, definitely his best game, without a doubt. And I'm glad that he used the chance he got with Barella being injured.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really have nothing bad to say about him this game. He scored, he was everywhere. He should have an assist, but that's another, we will touch on that later probably. So yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, and this is what when he started against Monza, the Frattesi,
that was supposed to happen. Yeah,
this is Frattesi is good enough to play against these teams. Like if you can't win against Monza with Frattesi starting, then like there's something wrong with the team, not with the fact that Fratesi started. It was the performance. So this is the type of games that he should be stepping in, regardless of whether Barella's injured or not. Like, and I think he only had like 3 or 4 starts last year in the league. So he's already like, I think this is already his second start. So he's almost already matched his starts from last year.
Yeah.
And this is the year I'm judging him quite harshly. I mean, not harshly, as in like last year, I didn't really care too much. You know, his first move to a big club as a substitute, provided 6-7 goals plus assists off the bench. Like, it was crazy numbers. So I was okay with what he did last year. This year, I need to see a step up from him, and this is the right direction for me, Matija.
Definitely, I agree completely. William, we're gonna talk about the UCL game later.
Yeah, he scored last year as well against Udinese.
That was a major goal, very important goal.
Yeah. He loves scoring against Udinese, and he's continued that this season. And then afterwards, we'll get into, I mean, Lauti, we touched on it.
Oh my God.
Amazing 2 goals. Well, one amazing goal, other goal was, was
almost an own goal.
Yeah. But he could have had a hat-trick today. He could have had a hat-trick. Here, so one thing I want to point out is against Milan, one of my biggest gripes was how we started the game. But here, 39 seconds in, amazing start. Here, after getting the goal, we didn't, take the foot off the gas. We kept creating chances. And here on the 9th minute, Hakan floats in the ball to the far post to Lauti, who's here at the moment was still missing that confidence. We know he's going through a good drought.
When I saw him miss this, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a long season for him. But thankfully,
Yeah, and then that's the thing. Yeah, we completely agree with you. That's why I've been quite vocal about the main players going missing up until now, or like the derby. It's easy to pick on the Aslanis and the Fratesis when they come on and they have the 20-30 minutes. But it's...
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame the subs for the result.
Yeah. They're brought on to try and change the way the game's going, or like, we never see Inzaghi subbing out completely his midfield. So he was so disappointed with the starting trio that he subbed them all 3 out.
That was so weird, man.
Yeah. But we'll get into it. This game, he subbed out pretty much the whole back line, and I think that was caused us to also concede at the end here, apart from Bisek. So.
Every time Inzaghi subs out Bastoni, we concede.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So that's my takeaway.
Yeah. Continuing on, so Lauti misses massive chance, but also keep a lookout, guys, in terms of it's 3-2, this scoreline 2-3, but I think it's very misleading. This could have been very easily 4 or 5 goals for Inter.
This should have been in the first half 3-0 or so, and then who knows?
Yeah. Stanislav says, starting from the beginning, Forza, this arrogant team. There is less arrogance yesterday, I must say.
There is truth to that, definitely. They entered the derby like they won 9 or 10 in a row, not 1. So yeah,
definitely, I agree with that. And yeah, this is what the point I was making earlier. Look at this Fratesi coming deeper to collect the ball from Zoman, and he plays a nice one-touch pass to Jan Bisek. I also talk about it a lot on this channel. He's become a bit of a meme about his technical ability or his passing ability. He's not that bad. Like, we've seen this guy play in a double pivot. Sassuolo, they used to play 4-2-3-1. So he used to be next to either Maxime Lopez or I can't remember who the other guy was. But basically, he was the guy next in a double pivot. So he knows how to come deep and collect the ball. He knows how to pass the ball and touch the ball 40, 50 times a game. So he can do it, obviously not to the level of Barella. That's why it's a case, it's a talking point, because he can do it. And that's why also, Spalletti likes him a lot. It's not like this guy's a complete scrub on the ball. He can do it. He just hasn't done it enough at Inter. So this is why another reason why I was impressed with his game yesterday. So continue like this, Fratesi. And it might be also, Matija, instructions from Inzaghi. And maybe he just tells him, like, maybe he doesn't, like with Dumfries, he tells him to stay the hell away from the build up. Maybe he doesn't trust Fratesi and tells him to like just don't come back. And maybe this game he kind of changed it. What do you think?
It's possible. I don't know. Uh, all coaches, including Demone, are stubborn, so I don't know how fast he would
Especially Italian
react.
coaches.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's his advice or just Fratesi doing his thing a bit better. I'm not sure, but
Mhm.
either
But he
way,
can do
it's
it. We
good.
saw yesterday. He can also be
Yes,
useful.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely he can, and this is exactly the type of game that he needed to, gain confidence and maybe shut up the haters a little bit. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah,
Forza Fratesi. And then here another big chance. Darmian again. He really stepped into the Barella role yesterday. Um,
yes,
Long ball through, and here fantastic strength by Turam. We also got to see Turam's family jewels in this game. Yeah, a bit R-rated. That shows how hard the guy was pulling on Turam. I mean, it could have even been a penalty. How hard he was tugging on his shorts. Um, Maybe could have done. What do you think here? Could he have done better? Maybe just dinked over the goalkeeper, or was so much pulling going on from the defender that he?
I don't know. I don't
Mm,
know. Maybe he could have done a bit better, but I'm not sure. It wasn't a clear cut like
no.
situation, so I wouldn't put too much blame on him.
Yeah, yeah. But it is a 1v1. So again, like the XG only shows Inter as 2.2 XG, but I feel like this is right in front of the goalkeeper. This is a big, big opportunity. Moving ahead. Oh, sorry about the blurry of shot. This one. What was this one? So this was. Oh yeah, this was Mkhitaryan to Di Marco. Di Marco first time ball into space, and again Lautaro not quite there. Like he's just missing or just behind the play. Again, this was before he's. Oh no, yeah, this was before he scored his first goal. So he's
Yes.
still missing that confidence. But again, look at the amount of chances that we've gone through already, and then we're on the 23rd minute.
Like I said, we should have been 3-0 up.
Yeah.
It's a issue because, like I said, it reminds me of Inter of 2 and 3 seasons ago, where we have a lot of chances, we don't use them, and then we concede.
Yeah, yeah. Inzaghi kind of mentioned it as well, that the fact that Udinese had 2 shots on target, 2 goals is kind of like that specifically that season. It was like we could create 7, 8 goal scoring opportunity, XG of like 4 or 5, and then the other teams goes on the other side, 1 shot, 1 goal, and then
Yeah.
that's it. So I agree with you. The derby was a reminiscing of that season, and in general, Inter are giving us those vibes, those negative vibes from that season. And then here again, Fratesi, he could have. This was probably, well, I would say probably the same level of difficulty because he's very good with these kind of volleys because it was quite nicely laid up to him. Di Marco switches the play to Lautaro. Lautaro first time into Fratesi, who hits it wide. I think he should have got at least on target here, in my opinion.
Yeah, this was a really good chance, especially for him. He is known to take these chances. So yeah, I was very annoyed when that went wide.
Yeah, yeah. But again, how many chances have we gone through already, Matija? As you said, could have been 3-4 nil up.
3 or 4
Yeah.
nil easily.
And this was the game against Monza. Monza was the same up until like the 30th, 40th minute. Lautaro had a completely free header. Fratesi had another chance similar to this one. We didn't take them, and then we got punished. And then here, now finally, Udinese do something. 33rd minute, 34th minute. Now we're seeing something here where, as you were saying, Bisek had a bit of an up and down game here. He kind of left his guy completely free. And I think it was Darmian who kind of trying to cover for him and tried to block the cross. It came in. But here, what a block from Di Marco, man.
Amazing.
This is the picture that I use for the thumbnail of this
Yes.
live stream, because Di Marco celebrates like a madman after this block because it deserved it, because this was pretty much a guaranteed goal.
Yeah, definitely. I saw it. I saw that goal. I saw that ball in the net already, and he somehow deflected it to the corner. It was an amazing clearance.
Yeah.
from Dimarco. He was, yeah. I mean, yesterday when Anthony had a live after the game, we were talking about man of the match shouts, and I said Dimarco, and he was like, "What?" But Lautaro scored too, and I'm
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, but Dimarco was amazing." So he definitely deserves a shout for the man of the match, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. No, and as you said, he's probably been our, in terms of consistency, for sure, he's been our best player this season until now. Moving forward, and then yeah, like that period of kind of sustained pressure from Udinese, then eventually maybe like a minute or two later after that turned into this goal. And now here, I mean, Dimarco, this is one thing that he always does, Mattia, though. He does not go tight to his man when it's time to block across. You can see number 32 at the bottom of the screen. Look how much space. I think that's Zamora, who's the guy who's coming to cross.
Yes, I see it. I see it. He should have done better there. But there is also another player next to him who also could have blocked it. So
Mm.
yeah,
In
I don't
general,
know.
yeah, this is the cross. I mean, this is Udinese's game. Like, you got to stop the crosses in. So, and then
Yeah,
in the
but
middle,
look,
I don't really know who to blame here because Bisek
yeah,
has,
he was next to the player.
yeah, but it's kind of like, for some reason, even though we've got 4 versus 3, we're like outnumbered in the box somehow.
What the I don't know. It's too small. I don't know who is the our player who is on the
Yeah,
most
sorry
upper
guys, the
side.
screenshot isn't super clear.
But he's not covering anything. He's not doing anything. So
Mm.
uh,
Yeah, I'm not willing to give him like full blame for this one because I guess, Bijol. I think Bijol is the guy next to him, so he needs to be. Maybe he thought that was his guy, and then I don't know who's supposed to go to him. But then, yeah, I guess it has to be
yeah,
on Bisek, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah,
Mm.
he was next to the player, and he had an up and down game. And some people blame it on Zomer, but mm,
No, these types of situation when the cross kind of, and he just got like a slight flick on the player. He didn't really get a clean connection. It's very hard for the goalkeeper to get. I can see why people are doing the, as you said, the Andanovic comparison, because he kind of like, he did a half-hearted like move towards at least he didn't like stay completely static. But no, I can't really blame Zomer on this one. I think it's kind of, yeah, the defenders, I guess mainly Bisek, kind of losing their guy there.
yeah, we have.
So that's Udinese equalizing. How were you feeling at this moment, Mattia? As I said, I was just following this game live, not even watching live. I was on FOTMob refreshing the page in
If
the
you
airport.
go to your Discord, we were talking, live chatting. We were saying after so many missed chances, we were all saying, "Yeah, this is Inter of 2 and 3 seasons ago. We're gonna concede now," and it's exactly what happened. So we were definitely expecting this to happen, and it was just like, "F this. This
Mm.
is so predictable."
Mm.
But thankfully, before the end of the half, we managed to go up again. So
Right,
it's
right. But
not.
there were negative thoughts coming into your mind that maybe we could lose
Oh,
this game.
uh, I don't know if I thought we would lose, but definitely draw.
Mm.
Definitely. I was thinking more dropped points, and I was thinking maybe we're gonna again drop points for Champions League
Mm.
because Dumfries is not playing, Zielinski is not playing, so he's obviously saving them for
Mm.
Champions League. So I was like, oh my god. But yeah.
King Darian asked the question. I mean, I wouldn't call this Fratesi turning the corner. There's only one performance, King
Yeah,
Darian.
it's just one game.
But I don't know. I mean, you're not on Twitter, but a lot of talk has been recently about time to get rid of Aslani and get Ricci in, which to me is like, it's obvious. You're talking about getting rid of a guy who's not ready for Inter yet, for a guy who's been proving himself for Torino, so a better player. So that's easy decision if it's possible. But we're talking about Urbano Cairo, the Torino owner, who asks for the moon. I mean, famously, he asked for 100 million for Belotti after that one season where he scored 20 goals. So one of the hardest presidents in the league to negotiate with. But Aslani can turn the corner, but it's again to me, I'm not like always just defending Aslani for the sake of defending him. Is to me, it's very hard for someone like Aslani to come in 20, 30 minutes in the game and make an impact, because the CDM is not supposed to make an impact in the game. And then if he starts, he usually starts when it's like, a fully rotated team, when he's got Frattesi next to him, or not Barella and Mkhitaryan, or not Barella and Zielinski. Like, to me, it's always put into quite difficult situations when he steps in. But I think since we signed him, I think he always needed a loan. He needs one season of a loan to go out.
Exactly. I would have loaned him this season.
Yeah.
He needs to play.
Yeah.
He will not play here.
No. Or the minutes that he will play are too high pressure. Yeah. There's too much pressure for him, like bringing him on in the derby with 25 minutes left. That's like insane. Yeah. Like what's he gonna do? And then Inter fans are always like, jumping on his back. If he completed 100% of his passes, but it's still, it
was back passes.
But it's like, but he's a CDM. Like, do you want him to like make some Schneider like passes coming on? Like, what do you want from him?
I know I've been known to criticize Aslani and to say that he's not Inter level, and I still believe so. But I can't blame him or talk about him when our main guys aren't performing.
Exactly.
So I don't want to talk about him.
Exactly. The focus shouldn't be Aslani.
Exactly.
Frattesi.
Yeah.
The focus should be Mkhitaryan not performing till now. The focus should be Lautaro.
Yeah.
Thuram outside of his first two games. Taremi still hasn't scored since coming on. So there's a lot of other guys, and defending wise, Acerbi in the derby was absolutely atrocious. Bisek yesterday was, Bisek not one of the main guys. Oh, Pavard having a bad start of the season.
Yeah. Very bad. Yeah.
There's so many other talking points before we get to Aslani for me. So to me, I keep saying this, he needs like 2,000 minutes somewhere. Basically what Bellanova, like I keep saying, Bellanova is a perfect example. He needed a year at Torino under a coach like Juric, and now he's ready to be a starter for a team like Atalanta. So maybe still, I still wouldn't say Bellanova is into material, but he's closer. Yeah. He's getting closer to that.
Yeah, Atalanta is a big step from Torino. So
yeah, but not Inter level yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll get into the Red Star Belgrade game. If Man City snatch reaching under, it's not really snatching under our nose if they pay 30-40 million for the boss.
They can snatch whoever they want, unfortunately, with that
snatching
money.
Is like what Juve did to us with the Bremer. That's snatching because we were there, we were negotiating. That's, you can say, snatching. This is like us fans saying we should get Ricci, but we don't have the money to
with
get
no
Ricci.
Money. Yeah.
So there's much improved performance despite the goals conceded. We got 3 points. We can always improve. Aglean with the Aslani thoughts. Hamdan says Aslani likes physical. We agree. We agree with all of that, Hamdan. But we're saying that he needs to build those attributes
somewhere,
by going on
and
loan.
He can't build them here.
No. Definitely mentally, I think he's going to get destroyed. The more he comes on as a substitute and makes a mistake, he's going to get destroyed. Like, remember, Bellanova, when he, some game, maybe I think it was Frosinone or something, and he came on, made some mistakes, got booed by the stadium. Like, San Siro is such a harsh stadium. Even Lukaku had to, like, console him. He was on the edge of tears, and that's it. That was the end of his Inter career. That was like mid-season,
and that was so undeserved. Like, it was. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I can see that happening with Aslani soon if things don't turn around. That he's going to get booed.
I hope not.
Yeah, because that's it. That San Siro is that type of stadium that once you have that horror show, like we've seen it with Correa. Once Correa started getting booed every time he came on. Now,
by the way, when it was 3-2 and Correa came on, that's when I hit the panic button. That was like, we're gonna draw or lose.
I mean,
it's over.
Is Correa ahead of Arnautovic in the pecking order now? Is that official?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Yeah, like I mean, I missed the I couldn't even because I was in the plane at this time, so I missed this one completely. But I saw that Korea came on afterwards. Like,
Bro,
what
when
the
that
hell?
happened, it was like panic all over.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Ian. As I said, yeah. So I still don't think Villanova is ready for that step.
No,
Um,
definitely not.
he's still a Bambi on ice sometimes when you watch him play. He's like his feet are faster than his brain. But again, I think we should have bought him for 7 million and then sold him like to Atalanta for 25 million, whatever, with Torino. You know what I mean? Those are the type of deals Inter need to be making when we're broke. Moving. Oh, sorry, I took out Matija there by mistake. Moving on. After we conceded, then we had a massive chance again. Mati Doms here probably should have done better, Mattia. This is reminiscent of the Man City one where he backheeled it to Barella. Should have done better, right?
Yeah.
He completely missed the target. Great play by Thuram.
I think there are players that are just not comfortable at shooting towards
Oh, yeah.
goal, and Mati Darms is one of those players. But on the
Mkhitaryan is
other
already
hand,
on.
I would still prefer that over what we have in Mkhitaryan, who is very comfortable of shooting towards the goal, but so bad, so terrible that you and I would have been so much better.
I don't understand how he's just completely forgotten how to shoot. Like this
It's
guy, like I posted it, you see on my Instagram the other day, there was a post about Mkhitaryan had better goal assist numbers than like Bellingham had last year when he was at Dortmund. It was like 16 goals and 13 assists, something like crazy like that. Like, this is a final product midfielder this guy used to be, or a striker even, and he's just completely forgotten how to do it.
No, football facts. I've always defended
No,
Mkhitaryan,
yeah,
even
Mattia always
until
defended.
even this season, until the derby.
Yeah.
Not true. Not true. And I always say to people who are comparing him, actually, some people yesterday compared him to Gagliardini.
The Lord.
Yeah, so I said, please, guys, let's not forget the seasons, the good seasons, the great seasons that Mkhitaryan had with us.
Yeah.
So people easily forget. He was amazing in the first season, and in the second
Yeah,
was really
yeah. I
good.
rated his last season. I rated Mkhitaryan season higher than Barella's because I think he was a lot more consistent last year. And
Yeah.
in a way, I see what people mean in terms of becoming the Gagliardini in terms of not as a player, but as in like I think he's getting a lot of the hate. Like when Gagliardini used to play, he used to be just like I mean, I used to feel the anger as well. Like why is he starting again? But as in like regardless of like how we play or who plays badly, you'll be just like, oh, it's because Gagliardini started. So I can see that hate level getting with Mkhitaryan. Where yesterday, I think maybe because I rewatched it as a already knowing that we won, but I'd actually thought he had a pretty solid game yesterday. But if I looked on Twitter, it was just like, oh, Mkhitaryan, oh, we need to can't start him again, oh, Mkhitaryan.
Yeah, and it's important what Ian said. Gagliardini had no great season. Mkhitaryan had two really good seasons with us,
Exactly.
so let's not forget that, definitely. But yeah, this season he isn't that good, so we have to
Yeah.
address that.
And speaking of Mkhitaryan, I made sure to take the screenshot just because of that. So second goal, who wins the ball back? Mkhitaryan. So here the Udinese guy is trying to make a pass forward. Mkhitaryan intercepts it, passes it into Di Marco. Di Marco first time cross into Lautaro. As we said, probably might have even been an own goal or whatever. But yeah, Lautaro gets his goal, and that's coming from a Mkhitaryan win, back of the ball.
Exactly. It's important to mention that because currently we're all criticizing him a lot. Ciao. And and this goal, when I was watching this on TV, it looked like an own goal, and it still looks like an own goal.
Yeah.
But thankfully, they gave it to Lautaro, and they were waiting actually until the end of the half. They didn't show who scored,
Yeah.
so it was ambiguous if it was own goal or not. But thankfully, they gave it to Lautaro.
Yeah. Let's speak quickly on a little bit about Lautaro Mattia. I mean, I'm so happy that he finally broke his duck this season, and those stats that were going around us. There was like I think it was they said he scored 1 goal in 17 games when they like put together the end of last season, ignore what he
Yes.
did at the Copa America and then the start of this season. So I see what people meant. Like, he's obviously in trouble, not doing well. We know he's very patchy. What have you made
Oh,
of his beginning of the season? Do you give him that break? Because I've been giving him kind of excuses that, he came back late, fitness, blah, blah, blah. Where have you been on the Lautaro thing? I know like Anthony's been quite rightly talking about this guy, you're earning 9 million plus bonuses this year. You need to step up and you're the captain. What have you made of Lauti up until now?
I lean towards Anthony's opinion because you got the new contract. You are the highest paid player. You're the captain. You have to perform, bro. You have to perform. You can't have patches like you always have, but unfortunately, he still does.
Yeah,
And let's see. Yesterday, he scored two, and definitely he needs to continue. We need him. When he was constantly scoring last season, that's when we were the best, and that's when we won the easiest. So we need him, and yeah, I really hope that it will continue.
yeah. 100%, 100% hope this is the start of, we know he's patchy, but we also know once he starts scoring, he does go on the streak as well. So
Yes,
we hope that that's the case. And he did look a lot better yesterday outside of the goals as well. There was a couple of nice plays as well.
definitely, definitely. So I'm very happy. That's one of the most important things that happened yesterday.
Yeah,
That not the only that he scored, but he scored two, and he's
yeah,
back.
yeah. And Yuva Kornikas makes a good point. It was also, well, I mean, Vlahovic's drought wasn't really that long. It was just a few games, but yeah, they both ended their droughts yesterday, Vlahovic and Lautaro. What do you make of the Capo Cannoniere race, by the way? Do you think who's going to win the top scorer race this year?
I think the top scorer this year will have like 15 goals or something. It looks like that so far. I don't know. It's
I
gonna
mean,
be
it's pretty embarrassing right now seeing Pulisic and Vlahovic at the top with Thuram.
yeah, it's gonna be very close, as you can see. Three players on four, so I don't really care about it. But
No, but I
yeah,
mean, it does.
gonna be close.
When last year we had a guy that, I mean, after Lautaro, I think there was a big gap between after
Yeah,
Lautaro and the
huge
other
gap.
guys. So when you have someone scoring that much, he basically carries you to the title. Yeah,
Yes.
he does look, yeah, like at some points, I don't know. I don't know about overweight because usually with Lautaro, we've talked about it in the past. I think you can see it with his face. Usually, he does look quite lean on the face, but I think in general he's just got a bit of a stocky look to him. I don't think he's ever going to look really skinny, if you know what I mean. I think he's got that kind of body type of just like Aguero was the same. Like he never looked super lean. He always looked like a little bit not fat, but as in like they've got a little bit of stockiness to them.
Mm, yeah, maybe. I can see that actually. I can
Tevez,
see
Tevez was
him,
the same as well. You know that body type that I'm talking, like they're kind of short but a little bit stocky.
but I think I've never thought about it until this comment from
Mm.
Ian actually. But I can see where he's coming from.
Mm.
He does look kind of wider, if that's a term that I can use. So maybe a little bit. Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Mhm. What happened to Taremi? I mean, the guy is. I mean,
He's a
I don't
sub.
think. I think he's been playing well. I think he's been playing well. Like yesterday, I think he came on quite well. Played well, okay against Man City. He's been
By the
working very
way, he
hard.
scored, but they. That was one of the WTF moments from yesterday's game. They allowed. He made a foul, I guess, and then
Mm.
they allowed him to continue
Yeah,
and
that was really
score.
weird. Yeah.
It wasn't an offside. Like, why would you allow him to go on and score?
What do you make of this comment? Because it's funny, but then also like, you might have a point
You
if
know what?
Lukaku outscores.
You know what? Since Conte is Napoli's coach, I wouldn't be surprised if this actually happens.
Mm.
I really hope not. I'm really like I hope that doesn't happen, but it's not
Yeah,
impossible.
because I'm guessing you'll probably take the penalties because at Roma they had like Dybala, Paredes, Pellegrini taking them ahead of him. But
Yes,
I'm
yes,
guessing here he'll probably get all the penalties because
probably.
they sucked at penalties,
Mm.
Napoli. So I wouldn't be
This
shocked.
is a scary thought. This is a
Yeah,
scary thought.
and realistic and very
Yeah,
realistic.
unfortunately.
um, please never mention Gallia. Hey, let's. That guy won a Scudetto with us. I'm never gonna call him Gallia shit. He'll always have a minimum form of respect on this channel.
Where is Nick Snox?
Yeah, and because Nick will find me.
He will find you.
Yeah. He had a muffin top situation. It was clear. Hopefully, losing it will help. Muffin top. That's such a funny way of putting it. Lautaro's not just talking his little belly on the show. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like when he first came to Inter, he was skinny, but over the years, he's always been like. If you go look at his pictures since like Inzaghi came in, he's always looked a bit stockier. And as I said, like if you look at it, I think his face usually tells the story with Lautaro. But maybe. Yeah, I just don't see a team like. Well, sorry,
Timmy,
Darian Turan.
you invited this into the world, and now it's
Yeah,
gonna happen. It's
you're
your
not
fault.
goofing. Yeah, it's too late now.
Yeah, it's your fault now.
I just can't see Turan top scorer. Like I just don't see him scoring regularly. I just don't see it. Like he gives me whenever he gets in front of goals, I'm still not convinced that this guy's gonna take his chance. I just don't see it. We even have Juve fans in the house. Juve International challenge. Yeah, I think this year, Matija, I think it's going to be a close title race finally in Serie A. I think it's not going to be a runaway.
It sure looks like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't like it one bit because we're never good with close.
No, last year we had a very stress-free Scudetto win, which we would love to have again. Oh yeah, and there's Lautaro's goal. I was really impressed by this because he
Me too.
touched it and then shot so quickly. It was like the reaction speed to get the control and then hit it straight away was really good. I think he also got a little bit lucky here because I saw the replay from behind. I think the guy sliding in got a slight nick on the ball and they made it go into the corner. But regardless, this is a much better goal compared to the first one. And again,
this was an amazing goal. Yeah.
Thuram with great hold-up play, great layoff. And yeah, this is the goal that probably kickstart Lautaro's season now, isn't it?
And let's not forget Bastoni, who sent the great ball to Thuram. So yeah, it was.
And Jaka Bijol, I mean, I don't know if you took he is linked to us. I've also talked about him in the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't too impressed with him yesterday. The center, if you guys don't know, is the center back of Udinese I'm talking about. He missed the ball completely on that play. Like, yeah, Bastoni hit a long ball and Bijol completely misjudged it. And it went to Thuram. And in general, I don't know. What did you make of Bijol?
To be honest, I wasn't that impressed. I didn't know we had connections to him.
Yeah, I mean, because his price tag isn't too expensive. He's rated around 15 to 20 million euros. And, I thought maybe at the Euros, he had a really good Euros for Slovenia. So I thought maybe he might get picked up at the Euros, but he wasn't. I do like him, but yesterday I wasn't too impressed by him. But yeah, I've seen recent links to him because we are going to have to invest in a Cherby De Vrij replacement this summer.
We're going to have to invest in a lot of replacements this summer. So, yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
Lautaro's getting too much with the barbecue master Correa. That's why he looks a bit overweight. Yeah, maybe Correa. That's why they kept Correa this year, to keep Lautaro happy as part of his contract.
And as a translator.
Yeah, for Thomas Palacios. And here, this is after Lautaro scored his second. He could have had a hat-trick. This is the one I was talking about. Frattesi with his left foot. Left foot, Frattesi putting in a beautiful ball into space. To awful defending by Udinese, by the way. Again, Bijol completely forgetting that he's marking Lautaro there. He's playing in the middle of the three. he should have passed there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it is Mkhitaryan. We talked about it. He had the option of Darmian, but he can't see Darmian because he's not looking there. But he had Mkhitaryan right there. Do we trust Mkhitaryan to tap that in?
No,
No.
no, no. So I wasn't mad
Yeah.
that he didn't give it to Mkhitaryan. Some people were like, "Oh, why didn't he pass?" And I was like, "No, no, Mkhitaryan was there. You know how that would have ended."
Yeah.
And a couple of minutes later, Mkhitaryan had a shot and proved me right. So
Yeah. And we've seen Lautaro scoring these goals, and he was on his hat trick, so can't blame him too much. He
yeah,
was feeling confident, which is what we want. We want Lautaro to feel confident and try these types of things.
for sure.
And then again, we had an opportunity to go 4-5-1 up again if Lautaro scored. And then in this one, Lautaro into Carlos Augusto, who's just a little bit slower to get to the ball, has to slide, and he hits it, but mishits it. That another potentially massive chance.
Yeah, we had so many, bro. I lost count.
Yeah, exactly. And then you keep missing chances and then you get punished. So this is I also have blame on this is Udinese's second goal. I also blame Inzaghi on this because this is the 83rd minute, and I don't think there's any need for Inter to be still pressing Udinese's goal kicks anymore this high. Like I don't think Bisek needs to be pressing this high up, and our defensive line doesn't need to be this high up. What do you think, Matija?
I guess so. I mean, I guess they're used to it. So, and yeah, but we should have stepped behind the ball there. We
Yeah,
had a 2-goal lead. We
yeah, you
should
can
have just
control the
kept it.
game now.
Yeah, control the game.
And then yeah, the substitutions were also a little bit confusing. I mean, here you can see B6 is on the left. So he brought off. So obviously, yeah, Carlos Augusto Di Marco, we know that kind of has to happen because
Yeah,
Di Marco hasn't got those minutes in his legs, got Champions League. Then he takes off De Vrij for Bastoni. So he plays De Vrij as a right centre back of the three, which is already, a no-no. We've seen in the past De Vrij just is awful in that position. Moves Bisek to the left. So he basically changes up the whole back line apart from Acerbi. So that's already kind of like a weird move. Like, why would you move around players like that? And then, yeah, Bisek himself here. If you're going to go press this high, you either take the man, make the foul, or you win the ball. You can't not win the ball here. And the guy back heels it past him. And then, now, Aslani haters, this is Hakan Çalhanoğlu. If Matija, tell me if Aslani did this and they scored, Inzaghi brings on Aslani in the 80th minute and they scored from this, what are we going to hear about? Oh, if Hakan was on, this wouldn't happen.
it
Tell
would
me
be
that's
all
not true.
his fault. Yeah, definitely. But we already talked about him. Yeah, you can't blame the subs.
But it's just to remind people that these goals can also happen with Hakan on the pitch. It's not like Hakan is like some sort of god level defender now. He's got much better at like reading play, defensive side of the game. But it's not like we're talking about Makelele here. It's and this is really Lorenzo Luca, who is not the quickest guy in the league by any stretch of the imagination.
No, I thought when I watched this live, I thought it was a Cherby, and that's why he was so slow.
Yeah. I mean, but Chala didn't make the tackle. What do you mean? Or do you mean take him out? I mean, he would have got probably a red card here if he made if he actually made contact.
If he made
the
connection, that was a straight red.
Yeah, you saw right. De Vrij played on the right centre back position.
Yeah, and Inzaghi kind of explained that because he plays for the Netherlands on that position, so that's why he tried it. But
yeah, he said in the Euros he played in that position, but again, international football is completely different. We've seen De Vrij.
It doesn't work with Inter.
Yeah, under Conte we saw it a few times that it was a disaster, and then under Inzaghi a few times he's just too exposed in that position. It worked, when he's got Van Dijk next to him who can cover for everyone else. But here he's got Acerbi next to him who's not going to cover for him. Acerbi doesn't have 2 games. Yeah, and Acerbi having 2 games in a row as well in a week.
He's too old. He showed again against City that he still has it, but he can't do it twice a week.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
And if you protect him as well, you can't expose him. Like, what happened against Milan and what happened against yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what we're saying, Ian, that he should have won it. Like,
That was the point. Yeah.
that was the point.
Yeah. He didn't. And if it was another player, then we would say,
Yeah.
look at him.
Yeah.
But since it's Chala, then we say, it's okay.
And then speaking of Correa, this was Ian talked about it earlier that he had like misplaced pass before this moment here where he shot on goal. But he actually was pretty decent when he came on. I know Ian obviously just like completely hates his guts, quite rightly. But I thought he was actually kind of quite decent when he came on, Correa. What do you think, Matija?
I told you, bro, when I saw him come on in 80 something fifth, or I don't know what minute it was, but we are only one goal up and he came on. I was like, okay, this is it. We're drawing this game. That shot was okay.
It got deflected. I think the original shot probably was not that good. The deflection.
then I really can't say anything great. sorry, Korea sexuals. I know there are some in the house. I'm not mentioning any names, but I know there are some.
He could have made the pass again to Taremi, or the attempt there, because again,
yes, he missed pass. He should have before this. He should have made the pass, but
yeah. But Inzaghi managed to like make a positive comment about him in the post game as well, saying, once you have a guy like Correa come on with that type of impact, it makes your life easier. It's like this guy just doesn't give up on him. He just can't give up on his boy. It's like Spalletti with what's his face, Di Lorenzo.
Are you serious? Did he really say that?
Yeah. He said once you have a guy like something. Let me try to find the exact quote. I think he said,
"Oh my God, that's a facepalm moment right there."
Let me see if we can find the exact quote. Unless I got trolled by someone and he didn't actually say that.
I really hope it's a troll.
No, it's not this one. Yeah, he's talking about the derby loss, importance. Hey, let me see. Let me type in Inzaghi, Correa.
I hope it's a troll.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Look. For a coach, seeing a player enter in the 82nd minute with his spirit is a great sign.
Okay, I guess it's better to laugh than to cry.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it is... Yeah, you could cry as well.
Yeah, that's the end of that game. So let's quickly go through the player ratings. See, I mean, you mentioned DiMarco as potential man of the match, but I think just because I don't think anyone's really stood out, but I would mention Fratesi and Martinez for my man of the matches.
Definitely. We agreed on Anthony's stream that Martinez and Fratesi and DiMarco are the three shouts. But definitely, yeah, I would give it to Lautaro because of the 2 goals. So.
Yeah. And then Mkhitaryan, I think again, just to counteract all the hate that he's been getting, I thought he had a pretty solid match. I think he deserves some praise. Pretty good game all around. Very good reaction from the derby, which is what we wanted to see. 3 points. And going back to the table, yes, we don't like to see this Juve at the top with 0 goals conceded. But again, just 1 point, guys. 1 point after all that negativity.
Yeah, it's close. Like I said, I don't like when it's close, but
well, actually, it could be 2 points if Napoli win today because they've got the game in hand right now. But
yeah, still. Napoli is playing Monza, so they will probably win. Yeah.
Debbie says, "Did he have a stroke while saying that quote?" Ian doesn't even believe it. I mean, it could be a misquote. It's interesting.
I really want to believe that it's a misquote.
Yeah. I mean, we have three. Yeah, we have Torino next week. This one, I mean, yeah, of course, Eric. Like,
It's
we're
tough.
talking, it's not like some sort of super squad we're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it on the Udinese game. Happy with the 3 points. Could have been better. Could
Yes.
have done better defending, but 3 goals could have been more. That's the kind of reaction I wanted to see. We are going to now cover briefly with Matija, who is Serbian, if you didn't know. Um, Red Star Belgrade, which apparently that's what the hat says. It could be saying anything. Could be saying something racist on there. Who knows? I have no
Bro, who do you take me for? Come on.
Well, I don't know. It could say Korea sexual. Who knows? Who knows what that says? I have no.
Well, you guys can clip it and you can check if you want. So it's Crvena Zvezda, Red Star.
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna put up some like potential predicted lineups. I haven't managed to get like a proper one, but I mean, there's one thing actually I want to discuss with you, Mattia, that I kind of disagree with you. You've been saying that it's been focusing. There's more focus on Champions League. I don't see how you can say that there's been more focus on Champions League.
Well,
Because
I think
isn't Inzaghi's the best lineup in Inzaghi's head? I think we saw that in the derby.
we sacrificed the Derby and Monza for City.
But how?
I think we mentally went all in for City, and then we were like,
Oh, okay,
before
okay,
and
okay.
after, we were like, okay, what happens in the Derby happens, what happens in Monza happens, but we're all in for
Okay,
City,
okay.
and
No,
then
no. Then I agree with you. I thought you meant as like because I've seen it on like other YouTubers saying that they think the club is telling Inzaghi and Inzaghi himself is prioritizing Man City. But you're saying it's like the players and like subconsciously it's like that focus on
it's
Man
like
City.
mentality
Yeah.
thing. I
Mm,
think it's something similar to 2 seasons ago where we were like locked in the
mm.
Champions League, but then when we play Monza or some lower tier club in the Serie A, then we bomb.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the mentality that scares me. So
yeah. Yeah, no, Joseph's kind of talking about that. But again, I do agree with that. We've rotated heavier. Like I went back and looked at, I showed you guys the fixtures, especially against Sociedad. It was like a completely rotated
yes,
into team.
yes, and
But
I
at the same,
loved that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
same.
wish we did the same this season as
But
well.
it's different though, Mattia, because then if you look at the lineups against Benfica at home, then it was different. Because I think the fact is we had Man City as the first game
We will
away.
see. It's only
Yeah,
one game so far. We will
yeah,
see.
yeah. So we'll see how Inzaghi approaches it. And we've got, I mean, the thing is, we always, every year, the goal is to like qualify from the group stage, right? That's minimum. Inter's minimum goal is a Scudetto, qualify from the group stage. And that's still the same goal. It's just the fact that the group stage this year in Champions League isn't a group stage anymore. It's like
Yeah,
a
it's
mini
huge
league.
now.
Yeah. So the rotation is having to be also done in the Serie A because the games are starting earlier. There's going to be more games. So I think there's also that difference that people have to take into account that Inzaghi is starting to rotate even in Serie A now because otherwise these guys are going to die.
I don't know if Mkhitaryan didn't die. I don't know.
He never dies. He's just
Eternal.
immortal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
immortal. Yeah.
so the predicted lineup again. This is Eurosport, so this is nowhere near reliable. But we can probably guess, Mattia, how the lineup potentially could. Oh wait, this is Man. Why is the fucking Man City? Stella Rossa area. Sportface.it, even worse than the
No,
Eurosport, even
not a
lower.
very good source, but
But anyway, so they're saying Pavard comes back in.
makes sense because he didn't play in
Yeah,
Udine.
I would do that. They're saying Acerbi continues to start. So that would be what, 3 games in a row for Acerbi?
Yeah, tough, but I can see it happening.
Bastoni continues.
Dumfries makes sense because he
Yeah.
didn't play in Udine.
I think it makes sense, and I've said it in the past. I think he should be the Champions League wing back because I think in the Champions League you need his pace and like his physicality in behind to hit on the counter. And then interestingly, they're saying obviously one of Frattesi, Zielinski has to start because Barella is still out. So they're saying Frattesi, Çalhanoğlu, Zielinski, no Mkhitaryan. I'll ask you this: is this what you want? And then the other question is this what you think Inzaghi will do?
This is what I want, and I hope this is what Inzaghi will do. But I don't know if he will not start Mkhitaryan. That's a big if. I want this to happen, and I think it makes sense that Zielinski will start because Mkhitaryan played 90 minutes in Udine, so it's possible.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see, Badzell. I disagree with this thought. I see this train of thought cropping up that they are telling Inzaghi to prioritize UCL, but it's, as I said,
we don't have a big enough sample yet. Only
Yeah.
had one Champions League game, but what I saw from that Monza City derby, from those three, that's how I saw it, mentality wise. And I hope it will not continue, but we will see. It's still too early.
Yeah. And yeah, in terms of points, here it's
I think you
about
said
like they
15
yeah, I mean it's not guaranteed. It's like they did
goal
like
difference.
algorithm calculation is you need about 15 points if you want to get in the top 8, which is what Inter need to be doing, because if you're not in the top 8, you still qualify. You can still qualify if you're in the
But
top
play 2
16.
extra games.
Yeah, but you have to play extra game, which is definitely you cannot do this with this squad. So Inter need to qualify in the top 8, and yeah, you need around about what they predicted is about 15 points, which is we've calculated it from the
Quite possible, especially with the point from Manchester.
Yeah. But anyway, going back to the predicted lineup, DiMarco to continue, which I think is pretty obvious. He's subbed out at the 65th minute today, so I think that will happen. And then up front, Lautaro Thuram again, which is a little bit of a surprise. I was thinking Taremi. What do you think?
Yeah, Taremi did start in Manchester, so it's not impossible that it will happen. I don't know. I can see it both ways, to be honest. Who would you start?
Yeah, I do see like the potential of having this kind of the European lineup of having like few European guys, of having like Dumfries, Taremi, Zielinski, Pavard. Like I feel like that could be a good core of like having a core of the European rotation and the core of Serie A players. So I would start Taremi for Thuram. I would play Lautaro and Taremi.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
guys in the comments also let us
I
know.
don't know. Yeah, you guys can say what you think in the chat. Let's hope not. I know that's the most important trophy for our mister, but yeah, let's hope not.
Only 2 more games than we played last year, so not a
It's
big
not
deal.
only when you have so many games, and let's
Yeah.
not forget World Cup in the summer. Even 2 games can make big of a difference. Yeah, especially if it's against a tough club. Oof, it's gonna be. Yeah, let's not think about that so far. But going back to our lineup, I wouldn't start Lautaro from the bench now because he just scored 2 goals, and I want him to have like a continuity. So I would start Lautaro, but maybe with Taremi, yeah, maybe I would agree with you there.
On Football Focus, I don't mean European core as in like people from Europe. I mean like as in the
Champions
European
League.
game, European games. Oh. I like the Taremi idea. Also break his dog. Yeah, I think he definitely again. All strikers need to like get a goal under their belt to get that confidence. So yeah, definitely.
Aha, half English, half Serbian question.
Oh, okay.
uh, New Inter kits. I've been a vocal
Hater.
uh, very vocal about our home kids that I don't like them,
Yeah.
and I still stand with that point. I love the blue color that they use, but I don't like the half on half. Yeah, so I'm not gonna buy the home kit. The third kit I said is atrocious. It's not an Inter kit in my opinion, but away kit. I can see myself getting an away kit, the white one.
Mm.
I like that one, so I might buy the away kit. How about you?
Yeah, the away one. That's the one I'm getting. But it's like it's so hard to get. Like Nike still don't have it on their official store. Like because I usually buy it because Inter's shipping is like awful directly. So I
Yes.
usually don't buy it directly from Inter. I usually buy from the Nike store, but they still don't have the second kit on the store. It's last time I checked. I haven't checked this last few
Yeah,
days.
Nike hasn't been the best. I was hoping we would change the designer.
Oh yeah, but we signed like a
Hopefully, yeah.
10-year extension with them. So
Such a bad decision in my view, but it is what it is. Yeah. So away kit, yeah, probably that one. As for your other part of your question, yes, you're right. I am. So I'm not gonna go into more details now. It's not football related. It's movie related. Yeah, but duh.
I saw Zack Snyder. So he's saying that you're a Zack Snyder fan, maybe.
Zack Snyder's Justice League. Yeah, his name is from his Lord Uxas.
Oh, right, right,
It's
right.
from that movie. Yes, I am a big fan of that movie. I think that movie is the best CBM ever. So yeah, but
Muddy wheel tracks as a good comparison for the third kit.
that's a good one, Debbie.
Yeah. Um, let's move on quickly to cover the team that we are playing that I personally don't know much about, and I think
It's my
a lot of
local
players.
club.
Yeah. So tell us a little
So
bit about Red Star Belgrade, who are at the top of the Serbian league at the moment, which they always are, pretty much, right?
yes, so Red Star
Undefeated.
or Crvena Zvezda, as we call it in Serbia. This is my local club. If you guys don't know much about it, it's the biggest Southeast or East European club,
Mhm.
football club. Uh, the Red Star won Champions League and Intercontinental Cup in 1991, the year of my birth. So that's like the biggest you can get for
Mm.
Eastern or Southeastern European football club. So it's the second club that won the Champions League from the Eastern Europe, and it's the only club that won both Champions League and Intercontinental Cup. Interestingly enough, they won it in Italy, in Bari,
Wow.
which is the connection. And the same year that Red Star won the Champions League, Inter won UEFA Cup. So that was a
Nice.
great year, not just because I was born, but for fans of Red Star and Inter as well.
Oh, I didn't
Uh,
realize they've got the Milan Rats for playing for them. Rade Krunic.
yeah, he's not good, but we'll get into it.
So this is I've got
Budzel,
the
Dinamo
this
Zagreb is not better because they never won Champions League or Inter Toto Cup. So yeah, sorry to tell you that. There is a rivalry, of course, with
of
Dinamo
course.
Zagreb and other Croatian clubs. But yeah, Red Star is a Serbian club from Belgrade.
Hmm.
Um,
This is the lineup that they played in the Champions League at home to Benfica at the game they lost 2-1.
yes, but there is a big important thing there.
Mm.
Ivanic, which is Red Star's probably best player and
Mhm.
attacker, got injured.
Okay.
And he will not play against Inter. So that's a big, big miss for Red Star. Uh, they don't have anybody basically to as a sub, so
Mm.
nowhere near his level. So that's a big miss for Red Star for
Oh, they've
sure.
got Nemanja Radonjic, the former Torino guy. He's quite good. on his
Yeah.
day when he wants to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is interesting. Yeah. And Badgel wants to go into Dynamo versus Red Star talk. Let's leave it for some other time.
Yeah.
It's you can say whatever you want, and I can say whatever I want. The Red Star is the biggest club of Eastern Europe. You can't deny that because the only one that won the Champions League and the Intertoto Cup. So it is what it is. But we shouldn't be scared of Red Star because we are playing at home, and
Mhm.
uh, Red Star doesn't have the best attacker in the squad. So I expect a comfortable win for Inter. Um, like 10, 10 beer
MB.
said,
Yeah.
quite possible 3-0, 2-0. Um, the Glazer, he's a good goalkeeper. He is one of the players that the ex-coach got, but he got kicked out because he wasn't really good. He is a good goalkeeper, but I don't see him really making a difference. Uh, so yeah, in this team, let me see the rest of the team. Who can I say?
Yeah. Who are some other
Giga is
players?
an okay defender. Krunic is terrible. Mm, Duarte is okay. From the bench, I can see uh, Ndiaye is a
Yeah.
really good attacker. He actually he had a hat trick against our biggest, well, Red Star's biggest um, rival is Partizan
Okay.
in the league. That's
Hmm.
like the big derby in Serbia. And he scored 3 goals against Partizan. So he is in a good form currently. And I
Okay.
expect him to start. So our defenders should look for him. He could be a threat.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically it. The biggest player the Red Star got in this transfer period was the Korean defender
Oh,
Seo
yeah.
Young Woo, I think is his name. Yeah, so he is the biggest transfer so far, and he's been all right. Nothing world shattering, you
Hmm.
know, but that's basically it. Red Star has big dominance in Serbian league. So
Hmm.
they just won against the biggest rival away 4-0.
Okay.
That's the biggest win that Red Star had away. Yeah,
Hmm.
this is the biggest derby in Serbia. And it shows currently the state of both clubs. Our league, Serbian league, it was always just two clubs, basically, those two
Yeah.
clubs. And you can see the other club is pretty bad currently. So Red Star doesn't have any competition in Serbian
Hmm.
league. And that's what's affecting them the most in the Champions League. The level, the
Hmm.
difference of level is huge because Serbian league is very weak
Yeah.
and they can
Yeah.
easily bully it. But when you play against European clubs, it's a big difference. And at home, Red Star had a solid game against Benfica. Second half, Red Star was much better, but
Hmm.
they weren't able to convert. But away, there is no way we should be not winning this comfortably.
Yeah. I think that as well. Now that you've told me about the team, we should. Oh yeah, I definitely want to see a clean sheet at home. I don't want to see any goals conceded. And yeah, if Taremi starts, I'm predicting him to get his first goal. And Lautaro, I think a 2-0. I'm predicting a 2-0 solid victory.
I would agree with you. I would also expect like a 2-0 or Yeah, something
Mm.
like a comfortable win. I don't think this Red Star team could hope for anything more than a humble defeat.
Mm.
Not like 9-2 or something that happened to Dinamo Zagreb,
Mhm.
but yeah, something like that.
Okay. Okay. You've been appearing on other channels, have you? You've been cheating on Inter Worldwide.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm kind of out of that now.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
kind of over that now. I was really into it a couple of years ago, but yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and then going to Hamden's. Yeah, basically we need to win both games before the international break. So Red Star on Tuesday, 8 p.m.
Yes, must
Need
win
must win, and then definitely Torino again at home. This is
at
nice that we
home.
got two games at home before the international break. Yes, Torino high flying, but they lost today to Lazio. They were at home, Torino, and lost. So probably that
First loss
bubble.
for them, right?
Yeah, that bubble's finally been burst. Yeah, we should win that. So that should be two wins under our belt. And then we have a very difficult return after the international break. Roma away, Young Boys away, and then the arch nemesis, my most hated team, those guys from
Mm,
Turin.
yeah, but it's at home at least.
Yeah, at home, and then Empoli away, and then Inter Venezia, and then into Arsenal. So very, very difficult. Yeah, this up and yeah, I mean, look at this before the next international break,
Oh my
before the
God.
November one. It's Juve, Arsenal, and Napoli in the space of 2 weeks.
Good thing that it's all at home. That's the only thing that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, three big games all at home. That's very, very nice to have.
By the way, if somebody wants to trigger Arsenal fans, you can tell them that Red Star is a bigger club than Arsenal because they won the Champions League.
It's
And
true. Yeah, it's a good
if you want to
comparison.
trigger Arsenal fans,
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Oh man, we can't lose that game for sure.
oh man, we have to win that at home. Come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Yeah, in Ian's comparison to like Celtic or Rangers kind of makes sense when your league is so easy, then you come to Champions League and it's like completely different tempo.
Yeah, yeah, it's not
And yeah,
comparable.
Hamdan, we don't know. The Inter haven't released any information about this when the actual where it will be released to the public, when outside of the cinema. So we're still waiting on to know how that will work. But hopefully, someone like Netflix or Prime pick it up so it'll be distributed nicely. Or Inter, I mean, the right thing would be to release it on the YouTube, but probably won't happen.
Yeah, yeah. I'm also interested. I mean, I think all of us are to see that movie, and we saw the premiere and everything, but um, yeah, it's we have no info, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. But as soon as we do, I'll definitely try to cover it on this channel because I know we all really want to see that movie. I do too. But yeah, guys, 1 hour, 23 minutes. Thank you very much,
Time
Matija,
flies.
for jumping on with me. I really, really appreciate it, man. Please let the people know anything that you want to plug, any closing comments, my brother.
I have no social media, so I have nothing to plug. I just want to say uh, that it's all a friendly banter, right? With Bajel, so we're just neighborhood rivals. It's all love. I don't hate anybody. I love everyone. So I hope he will see it that way. And yes, that is a good point. It is concerning, but it's still early days. They were the similar under Allegri, and they were terrible under Allegri. So it's still
Yeah,
early to talk about that.
yeah,
Thanks everybody for interacting, and thanks everybody for watching. Let's hope that we get 2 wins before the stupid international break. Uh, by the way, I don't like that we have so many international breaks. I think it's really stupid so early in the season, but it's for another conversation. Thank you all, guys. Thank you, Uncle Sharma, for having me, for doing this preview and this talk about Udinese. And let's get the win against Red Star and Torino. Forza Inter.
Definitely, definitely. And just closing on Lord Uxas, because I've gone through this recently. The best way to do it, Lord Uxas, is join like if you have a local inter club in your country, doesn't have to be in your city, in your country, try to join that, because then you get access to home and away tickets, because otherwise you have to buy through resale, or from the like it's very hard to buy by the Inter store.
Away tickets, yeah, I've never been away, so I can't help you there.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the easiest way, is joining an Inter club of your local country. Or you can take a gamble on a reseller website like I did and get scammed.
That didn't work out well.
It worked out, but not well. We got our money back, though. If people didn't know, we did get our money back in the end. And StubHub gave me like some extra money on top of it to cover my losses, so that was good.
Yeah, well, all is well that ends well.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're watching this live, if you're watching this afterwards. Really appreciate it. Appreciate my brother Matija. And Ian Kerr is definitely the guy to get in touch with about tickets and stuff as well. He is Interclub Belfast Presidente, and as he said, got all the tickets that they requested, because the interclubs request the tickets to the club.
There you go. That's a useful info. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Into 3, Udinese 2. Next up, Red Star Belgrade. Let's get another W. Ciao ragazzi.
Yes.
Always Forza Inter.
Yes.